Just so happens to be Thursday, the 24th of March, 2022. If you can trust them, that's what they want us to believe anyway. And it's supposed to be another beautiful day. And anything compared to January and February of this winter has got to be beautiful. I am loving it. Very difficult audio to make today. Number one, because of my editing or lack of editing skills. So you have to bear patience with me. And number two, it's hard to keep a straight face. In fact, I'd be outright laughing at the absolute insanity and stupidity of everything we're being faced with if it wasn't so pathetically serious, people. At what point do you grab your bullshit flag, like a referee in a football game, and just keep throwing it and say bullshit, more bullshit? That's bullshit. I ain't buying it. I ain't taking it. I don't believe it. I don't trust the fill in the blank. Where do you want to go with that? You want to go with trust the science? Science, so-called, the new religion of scientism, where not all priests wear their collars on backwards. Yeah, a lot of them wear white lab coats and have official-sounding titles. Excuse me. How about trust the media? Because after all, it is their job to tell you what to think. You don't believe me? Well, let's go over here to the morning show, Morning Joe or whatever it is, on MSLSD, and Mika Brzezinski. Yeah, the daughter of Zbigniew Brzezinski. Google him, people. Do his Wikipedia page. He was a mover and shaker. So let's trust the media, because it is their job to control exactly what people think. Here we go, Mika, talking about Trump.
Here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts, and it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah,
he could control what people think, and that is our job. Well, I understand you want to protect your prostituted profession. So, we can trust the media because it's their job to control what you think. But that doesn't mean they're going to tell you the truth. So let's visit another favorite of mine. Yeah, you know who this guy is. You'll know him the minute you hear him. Hang on now. See, you got to bear with me. Here we go.
Anybody who's looking at this carefully realizes that there's a distinct anti-science flavor to this. So if they get up and criticize science, nobody's going to know what they're talking about. But if they get up and really aim their bullets at Tony Fauci, well, people could recognize there's a person there, so it's easy to criticize. But they're really criticizing science, because I represent science.
My ass. 2 years of this buffoon. 2 years of this ass clown. Haven't you had it, people? Didn't that 2 years teach anything? I consistently come out on these audios, people, and tell you, yeah, I'll be 67 in July, and I've been lied to my whole goddamn life. But what did you learn from the last 2 years? Trust the science? The puppy torturer, the experimenter on little children, Dr. Tony? You're going to trust him? You trusted him for 2 years. Where did that get us, people? You're going to trust Mika Zabrinski and the news? Yeah, they tell us the truth. So I'm telling you, it's pure insanity, and it gets worse and worse. A few years ago, we had the male wrestler posing as a woman because he just decided, today I feel like I'm a woman, and he gets in there and he wrestles women and beats the shit out of them, and people cheer and applause. Look at the size of that ape. Look at the size of his victims. Insanity. Recently, you got a dude that beats all the women in the swimming contest. He wasn't worth a shit when he competed as a male. But now that he's a self-professing woman, because he hasn't even completed the surgery, a lot of the girls in the locker room say he's not too careful about hiding his private parts. Yeah, so this woman is taking all the swimming records from legitimate women. So at what point, people, at what point does this insanity get down low and dirty? We're in the courtroom environment. The defendant is charged with the murder of a mother and her 3 children. The shyster defense lawyer asked the judge to sequester the jury And once the jury's out of the room, he approaches the bench and says, Your Honor, we need to suppress. Do not let the jury know that my defendant is accused of executing a woman and her three children. We have no evidence that the mother of those three children is a woman. So if you would to tell that, you might create sympathy in the mind of the jury for the victim in this case. And we can't have that. My client is entitled to a fair decision. And of course, any respectable judge would say, that is the goddamn dumbest thing I've ever heard. No, I'm not going to suppress that from the jury. She was a woman. She had 3 kids. Well, it goes through, and of course, the poor defendant who slaughtered a woman and the mother and her 3 children, says, you know what we got to do? We have to appeal this all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. You guys know where I'm going with this? The court of last resort, people. The highest court in the land. Yeah. So, creepy Uncle Joe says, I'm going to appoint a woman of color to the Supreme Court. Yeah. Going to make everything right. Right all wrongs. 250 years of bad history. I'm going to correct it. We need a woman of color. And he nominates one Ketanji Jackson. Yeah, so she's asked a very simple question. This is a softball question, people. Nothing hard about this. No, you want to talk about Marbury versus Madison. None of those controversial. You want to talk about Roe versus Wade. Nope. Here's the question from Senator Blackburn. 2-1. God, these names. Ketanji Jackson. Are you ready for this?
Ooh, I'm not a biologist. You following me?
Oh, no, don't tell me. Hang on a second. I screwed that up. I'm so sorry. We'll back that up. Here we go.
That's not what Ketanji Jackson said.
Here we go.
It was her actual answer.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
Can you define what a woman is? No, I can't. I'm not a biologist. Well, let me tell you something. I'm not a biologist either. But I can define, and I just played a soundbite from one dumb effing C word. And I'm not a gynecologist, but I can still make that declaration with precision accuracy. It's mind-boggling, people. It's incredible. At what point do you get your armor out throwing down the bullshit flag? So, we can trust the media. We can trust the science. Fauci represents science. And one more little short segment here. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He is our personal astrophysicist, people. He will answer your toughest questions. And he's going to answer, was the moon landing faked? Now, this is going to be a tough one to edit, so be patient.
Tyson.
Hi, I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, your personal astrophysicist, and I'm here at Penguin, UK, to answer some of your deepest, most pressing questions.
Big questions.
Does that work? Okay, good.
Was the moon landing faked?
Have you really thought about what it would take to fake a moon landing?
Okay, now, I told you this is Neil Tyson. No, it sure sounds like my mailman, but no, it's not my mailman. It is Neil Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Why, yes. Yes, I have. It involves cardboard, curtain rods, aluminum foil, and black packaging paper.
Okay, the guy, Kyle Adams, is making fun of Neil deGrasse Tyson. And what you need to do, if you get a free moment sometime today, people, is go to the Google Images and search LEM. Lunar Excursion Module. Take a good look at that picture, people. It looks like a tweaker shelter in L.A. This is 1969 technology. You're going to tell me this thing was orbiting the moon and 2 guys climbed on board it, landed safely on the moon, got off it, got back in it, and got back to the mothership? Take a good look at this thing. You have to do it. It looks like a 9th grade science project that had their drunk father help glue the paper on the damn thing. Curtain rods, duct tape, construction paper, a tweaker shelter. But trust the science, people.
Because the rocket did launch. We all saw the rocket launch.
Yeah. However, whether or not the rocket was launched isn't the thing being questioned here. The question is, where did it land?
Isn't that a good question, people? Yep. Hey, I was around back then. I saw the rocket launch. No doubt about it.
Okay? So there's hardware there. They're like office buildings, blueprints for the design of the Saturn V rocket.
Trust me, bro. I'm not going to tell you where or give you any kind of access to them, but trust me, they are there.
The hundreds of engineering hours that went behind this and the records of those designs. If you wanted to fake the moon landing, you would have to fake all of these documents.
Documents on how to build the Saturn V rocket? Well, first off, building and launching a rocket is different from actually going to the moon.
Boy, how do you argue with that? That's simple logic.
So those documents on how to build the rocket could totally be real without us ever going to the moon. Second, if you have all of those documents on how to build the Saturn V rocket, shouldn't it be easy to recreate all of the technology required to go to the moon?
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Tom Pettit, NASA astronaut. He'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. Problem is, all the documents that Neil deGrasse Tyson's talking about, they don't have them. They lost them mysteriously, people. I won't beat a dead horse. That is the summary of Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's his defense. Well, of course we went to the moon. Get over it. Get over yourself.
Just asking there.
And it just seems to me it's way easier to just go to the moon. Has anyone considered that?
Yeah, Neil. My mailman rubs that in my face all the time. Can't believe it. Well, there's your evidence from your personal astrophysicist, Neil deGrasse Tyson. So, okay, I see I'm running long here. I didn't know what to put in the blank. Trust the what? What do you want to trust, people? What have you learned in 2 years? You want to go through this again? You want to trust the media? You want to believe what's going on over there in the Ukraine? Oh, something else is cropping back up. Not only Cyber Polygon, could be a false flag chemical weapons attack. Yeah, gonna blame the Russians. Don't put it past them. Look what they did to your price of gas. All right, people, it's probably a poor audio, but I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe the frustration. I think I should have titled this audio, Trust the Insanity. People, we got to wake up. We got to stand up, get off our knees, and say, no more bullshit. No more bullshit. Science, posing as science. No more bullshit media lying to us every day of the week. No more Neil deGrasse Tyson's experts that just self-proclaim they're experts. Unbelievable. All right, people, I'm going to have to tell you, because it's true. It's Thursday. It is the 24th. It is 4:33 in the morning. Hey, I rolled out while you rolled over. I got stuff to do.